Okay, hi, my name's Esther. I'm a Christian, I have ADHD, and today we are going to be making a prayer board. I finally got a giant corkboard looking all over town all day and the day before that, and I finally actually got a huge corkboard, and I maybe should have waited till a different time of year to buy it, but this is the time that I decided to get it when all the college students are also buying theirs. So now we have it. Because last semester in my apartment, there was already a bulletin board, and my life group used it as a prayer board, and half of it we did prayer request and the other half we did prayers answered, and it was super cool to watch every single week like prayers get moved over from prayer request to prayer answered. And so I want to do that again. If you want to make a prayer board with me, here are the things that you will need. It's not anything crazy. You will need a cork board. Something also that you can do if you can't find a cork board, which is going to be my option if I didn't find this one, is get foam board. That's what I did in my classroom, and wrap it in fabric, and then you can like command strip it to the wall and it'll work as a cork board, and you can put pins in it. So some kind of cork board or makeshift cork board, and pins and sticky notes, and if you're like me, you like to add like little pictures to like represent some prayers answered. So like I like to include like watercolor paper to add like watercolor or drawings of specific stuff that I'm praying for, or like recently I had a prayer request answered and I have a picture that goes with it for the answer, so I'm going to put that on the board. And then this will just go up in my room, and I'll see it every day, and I'll be able to move things over. But I think having like a visual every single day that I have to walk past helps me like remember to pray more, because something that I'm trying to work on is just put more and more reminders everywhere I go and every place I might see, to add more reminders to be praying constantly. Because in Ephesians 6 and verse 18, praying at all times in the Spirit with all prayer and supplication. To that end, keep alert with all perseverance, making supplication for all the saints. And then there's another verse that I can't remember where it's from currently, where it says pray without ceasing. Also, this thing is literally huge. I'm gonna divide mine into two sides with prayer requests and prayers answered. So I need to figure out something to put on the middle and then labels. Okay, this may not be a good idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. I found a marker. I was gonna find tape, but I found a marker. I think I'm just gonna do a dotted line and then just label it. Just go for it. So let's just go for it. Amazon Basics. Here is how you perfectly measure where the middle of something is. Perfect. So with calligraphy, if you have never done fake calligraphy like I'm doing right now, what I'm doing is I wrote it in like the fancy cursive font by copying the letters one at a time, but I'm making it look like it's calligraphy by just retracing all the downstrokes and filling them in. So like, for example, on the Y, like if I was drawing it, I would downstroke here on this line and here on this line. So I'm going to find where I would start downstroke, draw a little line, and add a little bubble, fill it in, and then I would also downstroke here. So I add another little line and fill it in. Yay! Also, look at how pretty the sky is right now. Okay, now it's nighttime and I gotta hang it up. And now I will write up prayer requests and put them up, and then I have a few answered prayers I'm gonna put up too. And I normally pin up the sticky notes so that they stay a little better. Today I'm going to give you my prayer board update. So originally in my first video that I made, I talked to you about putting up the prayer board in the first place. And this is an entire school year later. So this is my prayer side, that's my answered side. So as you can see, my prayer side is all filled up. I'm not gonna get too much closer so you can't read them. But it's full of prayers about school and friends and family and people even on the internet that ask for prayers, and prayers that other people have written, things that I consistently pray over. So things that I'm praying over day after day after day, or maybe not as often as that, but week after week after week. These are things that I'm going to continue praying for. And on the answer side, every once in a while, one of those prayers gets answered and I get to move that over, which is so fun after praying for something for so long. So there's lots of fun and good things answered. And then one you can see is folded in half, and that's a prayer that was answered, but the answer was no. So I do move those over too because I know that God still answered those. So that is my prayer board.